So, good morning, dear students. Welcome to image processing class. So, we are making some discussions on properties of discrete Fourier transformation, and so we call them as properties of discrete Fourier transformation. So, in this regards, my previous class, we have discussed two types of property. First one is called as separable property. And after that, I have made some discussions on what is the second type of property we have made the discussion yesterday. After separable. Yes,
Spatial shift
spatial shifter. So these are the two types of properties we have discussed yesterday. So today we will discuss another two. So among them, the first one we can call them as a periodic property. Remember, this periodic property is not there in the notes. So and convolution property. So these are the some of the things. So this is already discussed in my previous class. So today periodic and convolution we are going to make some discussions. Okay. So the first one is periodic property. Okay. First one is the periodic property. Can you see here? So what is this periodic property is going to tell? You take the notes of this because if I am going to solve, you have to parallelly with me, you have to copy the things. Okay, so that is why I request all of you to note down whatever I am going to write on the board. Please mention them. Okay. So first one is periodic property. So no, so the periodic change, whatever it is going to occur, because whatever the process what we are going to make, it is on the sinusoidal wave. Okay, because frequency we have to measure, because what we are going to do, we have to identify the enhancement of the image in terms of frequency domain. To consider the image in the form of a sinusoidal wave, a signal. Okay, and of course the signal contains some kind of frequency or wavelength. Okay. So what kind of changes that will happen with respect to the periodic cycle we are going to discuss. So the equation for this periodicity will be given. So we have to consider everything in terms of f of k comma l, because f of k comma l is the reduced format of f of m comma n, what we have converted in the separable form, because k represents number of rows and l represents number of columns. So this is the converted version of f of m comma n. So inseparable property, because m represents number of rows and n represents number of columns. So this is what we have yesterday. We have made some discussions in separable property. So directly I am going to consider f of k comma l instead of f of n comma l, because f of k comma l represents the output image, enhanced image with respect to the periodic property. So which can be given as f of k plus Tn. So some quantity has been incremented in the K, and similarly means number of rows, and N plus Qn means some quantity will be enhanced in the column. So f of k comma l is defined as f of k plus Pn. Pn represents some additional increment variable, and L plus Qn represents additional increment in column variable. Then, so this is represented as a periodic property, that is f of k plus Pn comma L plus Qn is equals to, okay, is equals to. So once again, so we are going to define in terms of the square image of a Fourier transformation image in the form of a square. We have already made the discussions on this. It is nothing but summation of m is equals to 0 to capital N minus 1, summation of n is equals to 0 to capital N minus 1, because both the So e to the power of minus. Dear students, I am audible? I am audible?
Yes, sir.
E to the power of minus j2 pi by n into mk, first component. E to the power of minus j2 pi by m pn, the second component. That is theory of indices. Next, you apply same thing for the second direction factor. So it becomes e to the power of minus j2 pi by n l nl. Then once again e to the power of minus j2 pi by n into n q n. Okay, so can you see this, dear students? Kansutta? Dear students, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, pa, thank you. So ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So
Sir?
we have ಹೇಳಿ
ಸರ್ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನು ಇದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
Okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. So this is the equation of a square image. This is the equation of a square image for a Fourier transformation. Is it clear? ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? First one.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
ಹೌದಾ? Okay. So this is the property called as a periodic property ಅಂತ. Third property of the discrete Fourier transformation. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು f of kl ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ ತರ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ f of kl is equal to f of k plus pn and l is equals to l plus qn. Pn and qn represents additional variable, that is a small change or increment in the periodic sign or sine wave of the image under consideration f of m comma n. ಈಗ we know that f of ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ what is the equation of the equation. Okay, what is the equation of f of k comma l for a square image in the Fourier transformation? ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ, it is nothing but m is equals to 0 to n minus 1 and similarly n is equals to 0 to n minus 1 f of m comma n into e to the power of minus j2 pi by yes, it is a to the power of into n into mk. This is nothing but a row direction, and similarly e to the power of minus j2 pi by n into nl. So this is the direction factor for a column component. So ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಇದು ನಾನು ನೆನ್ನೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಎಸ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. m is equals to 0 to n minus 1, n is equals to 0 to n minus 1, f of m comma n e to the power of minus j2 pi by n into k, j2 pi by n into n. This is a row direction, this is a column direction, this is the input image, and this is the dimension of the input image. Okay na? So ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪೀರಿಯೋಡಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಲಿ k ನ k plus pn ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, l ನ l plus qn ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. So change k to k plus pn and l to l plus qn. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ k ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ k plus pn ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ l ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ l plus qn ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ ಎಬೋ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್, ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ 1 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಹಲೋ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ k ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ l ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ k ಇದೆಯೋ k plus pn ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ l ಇದೆಯೋ l plus qn ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಚೇಂಜ್ k to k plus pn, l to l plus qn. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸಮೇಶನ್ f of m comma n e to the power of minus j2 pi by m. ನೋಡಿ, here there is a k ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ k plus pn ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Similarly into e to the power of minus j2 pi upon n into n. So whenever there is a L, I have substituted in place of L plus Qn. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಸಸ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ a to the power of m into a to the power of n is equals to a to the power of m plus n. So this is the theory of indices. ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಈಗ x to the power of m plus n ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. x to the power of m into x to the power of n. ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ? ಎಸ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, dear students. ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೇನಪ್ಪ?
Yes, sir.
ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. e to the power of minus j2 pi by n into mk. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. into e to the power of minus j2 pi by n into pn. mpn. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ e to the power of minus j2 pi by n into nl ಮತ್ತೆ nqn ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಎಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಯರ್ n, ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿದೆ ದಿಸ್ n get cancels. ಇಲ್ಲಿ n ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ n ಇದೆ, ಈ n ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ n ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And you have to take two constant terms outside. Okay, so this is called constant 1 anta karitini. Okay, and this is called as constant 2 anta karitini. 2 are the direction factors. You take these two outside of the summation ಇಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಬರಿತಾ ಇರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಅದೇ ತರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, e to the power of, ಇಲ್ಲಿ n ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, e to the power of minus j2 pi sure. Okay, a to the power of minus j2 pi into m, because m into p, m into minus j2 pi mp into e to the power of minus j2 pi into n cube. So ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಸಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಸಮೇಷನ್ m is equals to 0 to n minus 1 into summation of n is equals to 0 to n minus 1. So remaining equation, that is f of m comma n, f of m comma n into ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, e to the power of minus j2 pi upon n into m, okay, into ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು, that is e to the power of minus j2 pi upon n into nl. So ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So these two components, okay, they are the periodic constants. So there will be multiplication of these two, okay. So multiplication of these two terms is 1. It is already proved, okay. Multiplication is equal to 1. So ಎರಡನ್ನು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 1 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So the value ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So summation of m is equals to 0 to n minus 1, okay, and summation of n is equals to 0 to n minus 1 f of m comma n. So ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ m into n equals n into m, ಕಾಮ್ಯುಟೇಟಿವ್ ಲಾ. ತಗೋಬೋದಾ, ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಹಿಂಗೆ? Can I do like this?
Yes sir.
ಹಾ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ f of m comma n ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಟು L. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಎನ್ ಎಲ್ ಏನ್ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಒಂದು pi whole divided by n into. So now by the equation here, we know that we are converting this n into L by using the property, separable property, n is equals to L, and since this is already, there is a L here, so this can be written as summation now m is equals to 0 to n minus 1 f of m is equals to 0 to n minus 1. This whole term can be written as, can anybody tell me, this whole term is written as f of m comma n will be converted into
L.
L. So this is L, okay. So m comma L into this term, that is ef to the power of minus j2 pi divided by n into mk, okay. So now here what we are doing here, so we are converting this m into k, okay, with respect to the m factor, okay. So this now this term becomes enagathe, so this entire term, this term, it becomes f of, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ n ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, m ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು
K.
k ಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this becomes f of a comma l ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So okay, so overall inference ಏನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so therefore ಸೈಡ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. So therefore ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಏನು, f of a plus pn into L plus Qn equals f of a comma L. So this is called as periodic property. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ರಾ?
Yes sir.
Okay. Spell it out. ಅಳಿಸ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
So next property, we shall go for convolution property. The fourth one, okay? The fourth one is so called as convolution. So convolution property. ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ convolution ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. We have a statement here. Statement. So convolution of discrete Fourier transformation. DFT ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ discrete Fourier transformation. So ನೋಡಿ statement ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, if DFT ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ discrete Fourier transformation of a given image or given function x of n is given as capital X of omega. So can anybody tell me what is omega? Omega is a transformation function. I mean previous classes alla helidini omega ಬಗ್ಗೆ. It's a transformation function and DFT of y of n is equals to capital Y of omega. So then if these two terms holds good, then DFT, that is discrete Fourier transformation of convolution x of n, this is called as a convolution antivi, convolution of y of n, okay, is equals to x of omega convoluted with y of omega. So this is the property. If you prove this property, it is nothing but a convolution property. Okay. So here ನೋಡಿ omega ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ, it is nothing but 2 pi upon n. ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 2 pi upon n ತಗೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 pi upon n ಅರ ತಗೋಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಅರ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. So that is the transformation function. So next proof. So from the definition of DFT, discrete Fourier transformation ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ DFT ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, DFT, that is discrete Fourier transformation of any input image or any function x of n is given by summation from minus infinity to plus infinity, because the we don't know exactly the signal how much it is going to take, from what range we don't know. So that is why minus infinity means very very less, plus infinity means very big value. Okay, so minus infinity to plus infinity into x of n into y of n, sorry, minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into e to the power of minus, ಇದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್, e to the power of minus j2 pi upon n ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಅಥವಾ e to the power of minus j omega n ಈ ತರ ನಾವು ಬರೀಬಹುದು, because omega is nothing but 2 pi upon n. So ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಸೇಮ್. So this is the equation. This is equation number 1. This equation represents the discrete Fourier transformation of any input variable x of n or any input image. Okay. So next, DFT, discrete Fourier transformation of x of n convoluted with y of n is equals to, so ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕನ್ವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ 2 ಇಮೇಜಸ್ convolution of two images अथवा two variables. X of n is a one variable, y of n is another variable, or x of n is a one image and y of n is another image, is nothing but summation of input range minus infinity to plus infinity x of n convoluted with y of n into, so this is a common factor, direction factor, minus j omega n, which implies, so summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. So if you use the convolution equation, so with respect to the summation will be applied for both the input images x of n and as well as y of n. So this will becomes two summations bರುತ್ತೆ. N is equals to, I mean this is with respect to k. Okay, one is with respect to n and another one is with respect to k ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂತಾನೆ. So k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k into y of n minus k, y of n minus k into e to the power of minus j omega n. So this is called as equation of convolution. So this is called as equation of convolution. It is standard equation, no, already there. It is already proved. So I have directly taken this equation because it has been derived in the previous already defined theorem. So I have directly taken this image. This is called as equation of convolution. So here change the order of summation. ನಾನು ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. Change the order of summation. Change the order of summation. So change the order of summation ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So we have k behind n now. So you take this here and you take this one here. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So first to sigma k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k. ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ into ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇವಾಗ summation of n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity y of this one, that is y of n minus k, y of n minus k into the direction factor, that is minus j omega n. So now in this equation substitute put n minus k, put n minus k is equals to m, put n minus k is equals to what? M. So that is n ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ n minus k is equals to m. So n becomes, if you take k here plus k ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, so n is equal to plus k. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸರಿನಪ್ಪ?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
It is put in above equation. To substitute this, that is in place of wherever there is a n, you substitute m plus k, and wherever there is a m, you replace with n minus k. Okay, so ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. Is equals to summation of, what k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity summation of k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k into summation of n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity into y of ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ n minus k ಇದೆ. ಸೊ n minus k ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ?
m.
So you substitute here y of m into e to the power of minus j omega into n ಇದೆ. So n ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು I can use m plus k. Okay, so I can write this. Okay, so now once again ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, using the same thing, theory of indices ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, summation of k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k into summation of n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity into y of m. So ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ minus e into e to the power of minus j omega m. Okay, so minus into plus minus ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, e into minus j omega. ಸೊ m ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇವಾಗ k ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Okay, now you take this here, okay, in front of the summation. ಮುಂದೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅದನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ, which implies summation of k is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity into x of k. So again ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, e to the power of minus j omega k into ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಈ ಸಮೇಷನ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity y of m into e to the power of minus j omega. So now I think you can see here this, okay, these two things. So I can write this one as x of omega as per the equation above, and this term is written as, so into, this is into y of omega. So hence therefore DFT, discrete Fourier transformation of x of n convoluted with y of n is equals to x of omega and y of omega. Hence proved. So this is called as convolution property. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Have you taken? ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ? ಇದನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫೋರಿಯರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್. If you have a solid background, it is easy to understand. Even though if you don't have any mathematical background, even you can understand, but you need some practice here. Okay, so whatever the steps I have solved, you have to solve at home, and you have to make some practice. Then only you can learn the this particular subject. I have copied this. Dear students.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I request all of you to give the attendance in the chat box. So, illige properties of discrete Fourier transformation. Okay, dear students, this completes properties of discrete Fourier transformations. Innu ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ನಾನು ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ because of the time constraints and syllabus constraints. So next to this is all about discrete Fourier transformation. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿತಾ ಇದೆ. So next to discrete cosine transformation start ಮಾಡಿ next classes ಇಂದ DCT. So far ನಾವು ಏನೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು DFT ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ವಿ, that is discrete Fourier transformation. So this completes. This is the first type of image enhancement technique. Okay. So whatever the image, if it is to be enhanced, it is in the terms of pixel wise now again transformation ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು spatial transformation ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. If you consider the entire image as a frequency, and if you are converting, if you are enhancing the quality of the image, it is so called as discrete Fourier transformation in terms of frequency domain. It is our first type of image enhancement technique. Second one is discrete cosine transformation that I am going to engage in my next classes. So once again, I thank you for all of you to joining this session. I request all of you to practice this at home. Okay. So once again, already time is over. So I will stop my class. So if anybody has not given your attendance, I request you to give the chat box and attendance through the chat box. So thank you so much, dear students, for joining this session.